Jedi Survivor just came out, and I'm not gonna pretend like I'm surprised because I'm not. It's full of bugs and not optimized. Of course it is. Gaming companies have been shipping us unfinished games. When I say unfinished, I don't mean the story. I mean not optimized at all for about a decade now, and it doesn't seem to be getting better. In fact, it's getting worse. What can we do to combat this? I mean, there's got to be a way. And if there isn't, do we just live with this? Is this a part of gaming? Well, let's talk about it, man. Maybe we can find some solutions to this terrible damn problem we got going on. Sleakshadow. April 28th, aka yesterday for me right now when I'm making this video. Star Wars Jedi Survivor came out, and I don't want to say to people surprised because EA is super notorious for this kind of things. EA, it was full of bugs. Games crashing. Patch came out today. Game's still crashing. The download was upwards of 128 gigs. Like, people ain't feeling that, bro. That's not optimized at all. And this is especially for the PC port, which is just, I hear, terrible, like unplayable. We're getting frame rates of 30. And like, yeah, okay, maybe you can have like a nice optimized 30 frame rates, but dude, this is 2023. We're not anything under 60 is unacceptable. Just plain outright. We have next gen consoles. People pretty much have 20 series GPUs and up. It's unacceptable, man. We gotta move forward. And this is no stranger. Like, EA is just known for just messing up games. Like, it's a part of their DNA, evidently, and we still keep buying them. I don't know why. I won't pre-order anything anymore from them, especially, and I definitely won't get the subscription service. I've had it before, and you know what? Waste of money. So we had games like Battlefield 4, which was the EA title, didn't do too well. But that's nothing comparison to Battlefield 2042, which is unplayable. I logged into that thing. I was like, yeah, we about to get it. See, me, I'm an old school Battlefield guy. Like, I play COD, but back in those rivalry war games, like days, man, where it was like COD versus Battlefield, like Modern Warfare versus Battlefield 3. Like, I was more on the Battlefield 3 type of dude, man. But they can't get it right, man. Not to mention the rest of their other Star Wars franchise like games like Battlefront, microtransactions. This EA, I don't know. They're like a super successful company. I don't know how. It must be like from the sports games, which that's actually starting to change a little bit, but it's just unacceptable, man. And it's not only EA. There's other game system, like gaming companies that have been performing subpar, and it's super unacceptable, man. Listen, maybe let's say 15 years ago, 20 years ago, probably around 15 years ago, it was a little bit more acceptable to have bugs, but we really didn't have them back then. About 15 years ago, let's around the 2008, there wasn't that many bugs back then. Is that 15 years ago? Yeah, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, there wasn't really bugs back then. The CDs that came with were finished. There was kind of like updates, but they weren't as big and patch-filled as it is now, especially with consoles. Now it seems like consoles are more like PCs, where there's constant updates, patches, the boom bang, you know what I mean? And now it's so prevailing that I don't know what to expect. Like, we're really excited when there is a game that doesn't need a day one patch, basically, and it's getting ridiculous. Now, some games do like drag themselves out of it. Like, I did a video on Cyberpunk, how it's actually doing like pretty well right now. No Man's Sky, but there's been games where it just seems like a cash grab, honestly. Like, there's like this thing where the companies are putting pressure, like the corporations are putting pressure on the companies are putting pressures on the developers. They start crunching, and then we get this unfinished product. But most gamers, yeah, we want games, but we want a finished game, right? Like, I'm willing to wait 2 extra months to get like a good game versus something that is going to put me off and never want to play anything from that company or series ever again. And this is something that gaming studios really need to start paying attention to, man. Like, if you look at the opposite flip side from software, like, they're killing it. They're putting out excellent games, a Dark Souls remake, Elden Ring, and then just those two games having such a great performance. And I don't know, there's some latency issues, but for PvP and Elden Ring, but it was pretty much a finished product when it came out, polished, excellent. And now Armored Core 6 is coming out, and people are excited. People haven't played Armored Core for years, just because it's based off the reputation of the studio, knowing they're going to get a finished product, a good product. And for most companies, that can't be said for. You know, we got games like Fallout 76 has done fucking terrible, dude. Excuse my French. Halo Master Chief Collection is pretty notorious, and they fixed. It took like 4 or 5 years to like fully fix this stupid thing. GTA with their new remake like additions were just terrible. That just seemed like a cash grab. Now we got to start thinking about these people aren't just making mistakes. It seems like it's kind of like they expect us to just lie down and take it, right? So what can we do as gamers to combat this? Because I think personally that they just expect us to buy it, you know? One thing that they use as a tool is pre-order. Back when pre-order first came out, it was just essentially to save a game. Like, GameStop was pretty much one of the only few places that had games. You know, you got Walmart and stuff, you could pre-order there too. But you know, you walk into a GameStop, you pre-order, so when the game comes out, you have a copy waiting for you, you know what I mean? It wasn't like you have to pre-order to get like this special vehicle and yada yada yada. Some things that might be a little pay to win. Now it's like pre-order, get this cool skin, this kind of pay to win thing, maybe some EXP tokens, and it incentivizes people to do it to get that extra head start in front of everyone else, especially since that games nowadays are largely multiplayer online, and to get that little extra boost gives you a little bit more extra confidence while going in there and makes the experience a little bit more fun. But if we're gonna keep giving them our money, then we're getting not finished products in return for pre-order money. What is the point of pre-ordering, right? Like, I'm thinking this is like a sleek idea. I think we come up with a list. I don't know. I don't have the time to make like a database or like a Twitter or something like that, but maybe companies that come out with like these egregious like releases, we just don't pre-order their games anymore, and it becomes public knowledge. Like, there is a pre-order database where it's like, hey man, EA's 6 out of the last 15 games have been majorly bugged. Like, we're not pre-ordering from them anymore. And that's got to be a thing. And that's not saying that we won't buy the game, that we're not excited for the game. It's just that we don't trust these companies to give us finished products the way that any other consumer would expect. I'm not going to buy a half-finished car, you know what I mean? Or even something cheaper like a pot or a pan. I'm not going to buy a pan without a handle and they say, we'll ship it to you in like a week. You know what I mean? We're not doing that. It's unacceptable. We don't deserve it. We invest so much money into these gaming systems. Like, to be a gamer is not a cheap hobby at all, especially a PC gamer, which a lot of these things like PC ports are notoriously known to being bad. It's unacceptable. Another thing I think we might be able to do is just a flat out boycott any games that are coming out for a company. Like, I think EA needs to be put on notice, you know what I mean? I think public awareness, like most gamers, like we hound these people. We gotta start hounding them. Like, yo, if let's say they come out with X Star Wars, X TIE Fighter 2, Z 24, New Republic, right? Like, we let them know, like, straight up, we're not buying it. And two, you could prove to us you could release at least 2 games that are worth buying with no bugs on release, and we're just not gonna do business with you, man. It's got to be as simple as that. Like, I hate like we gotta use capitalistic practices to get better things, but hey, man, this is the world we live in right now, and that's the only way we're gonna stop these gaming companies from pretty much taking advantage of us, right? They take the IPs we love, and we're expecting something great and new, and what we get is something that's buggy and ultimately pulls us out of the immersion and makes us not even want to be a part of it anymore. It's a shame, bro. Especially people like Star Wars. People have loved Star Wars their whole entire life. It's a shame that you can't even give them a finished product for a thing that there's some people have been like devoted to for decades. And this might be the last piece. Maybe Jedi Survivor is a couple people's last time playing any Star Wars games, because you know what? I gotta keep waiting. I can't even beat the stupid game. Like, I love Star Wars, but I can't invest in these stupid games anymore, man. Like, they make me dislike Star Wars. And now I can understand one thing if it's gameplay, or another thing if it's like difficulty. But bugs and things like that'll kill you, man. That you don't want no part of that as a fan. So I don't know if you guys have any comments. I would say leave them in the comment section and go on your socials and plug them, man. Go to your gaming social networks and start plugging this thing, man. Like, we got to do something. Come up with some ideas, and Sleek's riding with you. Like, I can't make the database right now, but my socials are in the description. Hit me up and we'll badger somebody. I don't know, but we gotta draw a line in the sand somewhere. And I think if it's not now, then I don't know when it will be, because right now they're kind of just taking us for as fools. Like, we could just take a crappy game, put whatever beloved franchise on it, and then ship it out. And don't worry, they're mindless. They'll buy it anyways. Like, our history is trash, but they'll still buy it because, we love Star Wars. So whatever. They're looking at us like we're sheep, bro. That's not cool. Any good company knows that, like, your patrons, your customers are the most important thing, and to keep us happy is the most important thing of that company. And it seems right now a number of video gaming companies aren't doing that. And the only way we could do to combat this is kind of just to fight back with our wallets, pretty much. And it's not a hard, I'm not really suggesting like a hard strike or anything like that. Just, we got to quit pre-ordering games. It's as simple as that. Like, pre-order is not having the effect it used to, because we don't really buy physical discs anymore anyways. They're just dangling these stupid little cookies and carrots in front of our face, like, hey, get this new skin. You'll get the access to the new ATV that goes 10 times faster than the rest of them. Like, dude, forget that ATV, man. This is getting like, us getting finished products is more important than your stupid 500 coins extra when you pre-order. Like, and that's real, man. That's real. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe. Sleakshadow, and I'm out.